2 of Live at Apex. I'm joined now by Nick Walters from Robotas. Great to see you, Nick.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Okay, so you make systems for workbenches and carousels for assembling boards, essentially.
True, right. For the thru-hole part of the build, though. So we're not interested in the SMT side of the board, just THT thru-hole conventional components. Yeah.
Okay. Is there such a big market for that?
Yeah, there is. Thankfully, there always seems to be THT. I think people are trying to design that out of the boards, and obviously everyone would like to move towards SMT components because you can automate that whole process.
Yeah.
But if you have power electronics or a lot of voltage running through the board, often the parts have to be big, of course, and so therefore they're odd form components and they're difficult to place by automation. Right. You can do that, but usually that's good if there is high volumes of boards, and then it's worth the investment for automation for odd form components. And if there's not the high volume and you're into a medium or low volume, then you need people to put those places in, and that's what we're all about.
Right, right. And I'd imagine there's a certain amount of military work that's still THT.
Sure, there's a lot of avionics work out there and things like that.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So and legacy boards, of course, as well. Yeah.
So the name of your system is MASCOT.
Yeah, that's the name of our product for THT assembly. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how it works exactly.
So effectively, wherever there are people placing components into boards, you could use a MASCOT system. Our systems are a workbench, an ergonomic workbench, and the components are stored in motorized carousels or shelf arrays which have pick-to-light on them. Yeah. So the operator would step on a foot pedal after loading the assembly for the product they're building. The correct component would be delivered to the operator. We have a laser head. The laser's shining straight down onto the PCB and highlighting exactly which part they're placing. So now they've got the correct part and they're placing it exactly where that part needs to go. If the part has polarity, then our laser is telling them that this part has polarity and which way around that needs to go as well. Okay.
So if they put it into the wrong polarity, does it stop them from going forward?
So standard MASCOT would not, so everything I've spoken about so far. However, in the last 12 months, we have launched a camera-based verification system, which can be added to any of our MASCOT systems. And effectively, that's a camera that sits up on the laser head, looking down on the board in real time with a lighting canopy. And if the operator forgets to place that part in the board and tries to step on, the camera will take a photograph of the part in question. And if that part's missing, the program will stop and it won't let the operator move forward anymore. Or, as you mentioned, if they've placed the part in with the wrong polarity, then it will check against its templates and will check that indeed is wrong and won't move forwards. And so you can fix that part at the time of placement rather than you've moved on maybe into solder and then you've got a rework situation, which is costly. So.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. But I mean, it's great that it can, monitor the system and not let the operator move to the next part of the program without if they've got it wrong until they fix it. Yeah. That's really good. Okay. So where have been your biggest success stories with this system?
Well, I think it's a new product of ours, the verification product. It was launched in the last 12 months. We've got customers out there who are using the system and the feedback's great. The systems are stable, they're working, we're supporting them. The customers for Verify at the moment are based in Europe, but we're getting a lot of interest. We do quite a lot of work out here in the States. And the other nice thing is that we can retrofit this system to old MASCOTs or MASCOTs which are already out there in the field. Right. So it's great for us to go back to our customers and explain to them that we've now got this technology which we've designed specifically to be a low cost solution. It's not an AOI machine. It's not, by our own admission, it's not as high complex as some of the camera-based AOI systems out there. But we're not really looking for that. All we need to know is has the part been placed? Is it there? And if it is there, is it the right part? And then is it placed with the right polarity? And that's what we can do. And then we've done our job.
Yeah,
So.
absolutely. And I believe, it's also a bit of a drop-in replacement for some of the old contact systems machines that used to be over here.
We're so we also have in the last 5-6 years developed the ability to clinch component leads under the board at the time of placement. So that came about, as you mentioned. There was some contact CS4 machines which were sold in the 80s and 90s, and certainly in the States, but worldwide there's hundreds of these out there.
Right.
But that company stopped trading 10 years plus ago, and there were service technicians which could keep the systems going and offer spare parts, but that is no longer happening either. So what we're finding in America is that there's customers who have these systems, they're reliant on them because their process, they need to be able to clinch the component leads, but their systems are old and falling apart and they're not able to support them.
Right.
So yes, we've designed the ability to clinch the component leads under the board, and we can make it easy for the customer by taking their CS400 files and converting them instantly into our programs. Again, just to offer that support for customers who have that need.
Right. Okay. And talking about support here in the United States, you've developed quite a range of reps and people that can help service equipment as well.
Yep.
Can you tell us a little bit about who your key reps are in the US?
Yeah, sure. So we've got a USA sales manager that's based in Ohio. He has his own facility. He has our demo equipment. He holds spare parts for us for the American for our American customers.
Yeah.
So combined with him, we've built a rep network around the States, and it's easier. We're based in the UK, so because of the time difference, especially over on the West Coast and things, I've worked with him for the last 13 years, so we know each other really well. He's very technical, knows our products really well, so he's able to now, if a rep has a customer, the rep knows the top level of what our systems do, enough to talk to the customer, and then the customer wants to talk to the manufacturer, but we, rather than talking to a customer in a different time zone, they can talk to our USA sales manager, who can answer most questions really. So it's working really well for us.
Good. Well, it sounds like you're pretty well set up over here. So congratulations, and thank you for coming in and telling us about it today.
No problem at all. Thank you very much for having us.